Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to...
Grab him, show us your hands! Stop him!
You got it?
Get out, go!
He's got the dog. Dog. Got him, Joe?
Stop it! Stop biting my dog! Roll over on your stomach! Roll over! Roll over! Give us your hands! Take his right hand. All right.
I got his leg.
All right.
Got leg. I got leg.
Ow! Oh my God! Ow! Ow!
Stop fighting him.
All right, now extend that arm all the way out. Get away from me. Ow! Ow! My arm hurt, guys. My arm hurt, guys. Please. Stop.
Then stop.
Please stop. Please. Okay, everybody clear? Please.
Clear.
Turn over your stomach now.
Roll over. Roll over. Hands behind. Hands behind you.
Both hands.
Other one. Give him that hand.
Watch, USMC vet pulled from car, mauled by K9 over stop for missing front license plate. A Marine veteran, who had harmed no one, was pulled from his car and severely mauled by a police K9, over a stop for a $200 license plate violation. By Matt Agarist, May 15, 2018. Canton, in the land of the free, police officers can and will escalate a situation to the point of kidnapping, severely injuring, or killing you for failing to place a license plate in the front of your car. The extremely graphic footage below is evidence of this policy, and it is nothing short of horrifying. Ron Wagner too had harmed no one, had stolen nothing, and was merely driving his car, when he was stopped by police in Canton, Ohio. During the stop, Wagner, knowing he'd hurt no one, decided to not give his ID to police as a form of peaceful protest to a state code that he feels violates the Constitution. Wagner was stopped for failing to screw a license plate to the front of his car. For peacefully protesting an Ohio code requiring him to put that license plate on the front of his car, police escalated the situation, and within minutes, Wagner was dragged from his car and mauled by a police K9. "I'm just a lawful peaceful man, traveling from point A to point B," Wagner told the officers. "I have no warrants." Much of what Wagner was saying is based on constitutional interpretations that differentiate between commercial vehicle use and private vehicle use. This talk often enrages police officers who refer to people like Wagner as threats, calling them sovereigns or sovereign citizens. To show just how much police escalated the situation, Wagner's peaceful protest was cordial at points, with one officer simply talking about his dash camera. During the stop, the officer even made the admission, "I don't think you've committed any crime." At this point, Wagner should have been told he can go, but he was not. Just 5 minutes later, and he would be screaming in agony. "This is what's gonna happen, I am going to break that window. At which time that window is broke, I'm gonna send this 100 pounds Belgian Malinois in there and he's gonna apprehend you. At which time, I'm gonna drag him and you out on the ground. If you continue to resist, there will be pain compliance put upon you until you no longer resist." To reiterate, this man had not robbed a store. He had not stolen property. He had harmed absolutely no one, yet he was pulled from his car, mauled to the point of being severely injured and hospitalized, all stemming from a traffic stop over a front license plate. Yes, to those who say Wagner should have just showed his license and been on his way, this violence likely would not have happened to him. However, he was merely engaging in a peaceful protest of a law which he considers unjust. This type of civil disobedience is the very fabric of what a free society is built upon, and for practicing it an otherwise innocent man was mauled. TFTP pulled the Ohio code that states citizens must put on a front license plate. Below is the code. 2. Whoever violates Division A of this section by failing to display a license plate in plain view on the front of a motor vehicle as required under Division A of this section while the motor vehicle is otherwise legally parked is guilty of a minor misdemeanor and may be fined not more than $100. Ron Wagner served his country in the United States Marine Corps and made it out safe, only to come home and get stopped by the very system he fought for, which pulled him from his car and mauled him nearly to death over a maximum fine of $200. Below is this most disturbing video. Warning: it is graphic. If you'd like peacefully voice your opposition to the treatment of Wagner, you can do so at the Canton Police Department's Facebook page, here. Update: police have released the body camera footage, the graphic video is below.
I understand where you're coming from. Why aren't you allowed to provide me with an ID or anything like that so I can know who I'm talking to?
Officer, I'm not required by law to carry an ID unless...
Tell me about the law? Maybe I'm not unaware of it. Can you let me know?
You have to say that I've committed a crime.
No front plate.
That's not a crime, that's a statute.
That is a ORC code.
Yes,
you
that's
have to have a front plate displayed on your vehicle. Because I can't see what car, I can't see the front plate. You don't have it, right? You don't got it in the window, you don't have it. I don't know what the front plate is, okay?
I understand, but that's an ORC code. That's a statute.
That's law as well.
That's the color of law for those that don't consent. I'm driving in my private capacity,
I tried to be
trooper.
nice, but now we're just going to wait. And if
well, that's fine.
If you don't want to do what I asked you to do,
I just don't consent. I'm driving in my private capacity. That's all I'm doing, trooper. May I get your name and badge number, please?
go ahead.
What kind of vehicle is it?
I get your name and badge number, trooper? May I please get your name, badge number, trooper?
CPD, hello.
Okay.
I believe it says Humphreys, badge number 441. Is that correct, trooper? I'm not trying to make your day hard. I'm just trying to travel and be on my way and not be infringed upon as I'm trying to get from point A to point B. That's all I'm doing. I'm not, back in my car says not for hire, non-commercial. I'm not driving in a commercial capacity. I'm not required to have a driver's license at the moment. I'm in my automobile, which is my private property. It's posted on my window. I got a little thing back there in case anyone pulls me over. It says private property, no trespassing. And I'm just driving, or not driving, I'm just traveling point A to point B in my private capacity. I'm not driving in any commercial capacity right now. Alright everyone, this is my first official pullover, and I know that I have the right to travel unimpeded by government enforcements when they try to enforce statutes on me. He went back to his car for 5 minutes. I'll see how he reacts and we'll take it from here. Just know I don't consent to anything. Yeah, I'm trying to get him on camera. He's standing off to the side, but they're behind the car right now. They're talking to each other. Cop showed up, and they're talking with each other right now. So I'll see how he reacts. I mean, I know I got the right. I'm not too nervous. I'm just worried about, are they going to infringe upon my rights and try to be bozos on my way like it's supposed to happen? Here comes a couple more of them, so we'll see what happens. I'm keeping my door locked.
Is your name Gary?
No, my name is not Gary.
It's not Gary?
No, it isn't, sir.
This is your vehicle?
This is my automobile.
This is your automobile?
My private property, yes it is.
Okay. So, do you know a Gary then?
No, I do not.
Do not? Okay. So, this goes back to it. Well, I ran the plate, it comes back to a Gary.
Trooper, there's no plate on the back.
I ran what you have on the back of the vehicle, comes back to a Gary.
On the back says do not hire, non-commercial. It should come back to nobody. It says UCC 1-308. That's United Commercial Code. I reserve all my rights. I do not consent. I am traveling from point A to point B in my automobile on my private property, going from point A to point B, wishing I could just be on my way.
So he's traveling from point A to point B, wishing he could be on his way.
How you doing, officer? Might I get your name and badge number?
Foster, 178.
Hello, Foster. Hello, Ken. Officer, might I get your name and badge number?
Officer Shackle, 211.
Thank you.
Can we get your name?
I'll give you my name. My name's Ron. That's my first name. I won't give you my last name, though, because you'll use it against me.
How will we use it against you?
Just, I plead the fifth on that. I plead the fifth. No, I don't have no warrants. I'm just a lawful, peaceful man traveling from point A to point B. I have no warrants. My name is Ron.
You have a weapon on you?
Nope, I have no weapons.
You realize this trooper has a legal reason to stop you. You're obligated to give him your information.
Well, I understand he has a legal reason, but he does not have a lawful reason. I'm just a private man traveling from point A.
Request your information. If you give him your information, he'll do what he's going to do, give you a ticket, advise you, and you'll be on your way. It doesn't have to be a whole big thing.
I'm not making a whole big thing. I was just traveling in my private capacity in my automobile, going from point A to point B, trying to get somewhere, and this gentleman pulled me over.
He did pull you over, and I'm sure for a legal reason. And if he did,
But it may be a legal reason, but it's not a lawful reason. There's a difference. No, it's not. It's really not.
stop and obtain your information.
I don't consent, and I plead the fifth. There's a difference between legal and lawful, and I know my rights. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going and wish to be on my way, officer. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm a lawful man. Now they're going to try to get a canine and everything, so we'll see what's going on. Anybody knows I got no drugs on me, no weapons, and I don't consent. So if someone's best, they better like repost this or some shit.
Do you live in the city?
I don't answer questions, officer.
Alright.
birth, social security number, any of that will be sufficient.
I don't answer questions, officer.
So you're not going to answer the question on whether or not you can give us that information?
I don't answer questions, officer. I'm going to plead the fifth.
Well, when an officer requests your name and information on a traffic stop, you don't have the right to plead the fifth. You understand that? You have the right to take a citation to court and contest it. You don't have the right to not provide your information. That's actually a crime and it's arrestable. You understand that?
I do not understand anything.
Okay. Well, let me explain it to you. Refusing to provide your information to a law enforcement officer conducting an investigation, it's a misdemeanor 4. It means it's arrestable. You can be taken to the Stark County Jail for that. Okay?
Like I said, I'm just a man traveling from point A to point B in my private capacity. It's not a crime. It's a statute violation. It's not a lawful crime. I've committed no crime. I have a right to travel from point A to point B unimpeded. He's trying to enforce a statute. That's all this is about. I'm trying to travel from point A to point B. It may be unfamiliar to some of y'all, but I'm doing a lawful thing. Well, then you should know that I have the right to travel from point A to point B in my automobile unimpeded, trying to be enforced a statute upon.
Incorrect.
No, that is correct.
No, sir. Driving is a privilege, not a right.
I'm not driving.
You are.
I'm traveling
You're operating
in my automobile. Driving is a commercial term. That's why I have non-commercial on the back and not for hire. Driving is a commercial term. I'm traveling in my private capacity.
Because if you just give it your information, you can give it to that officer, that trooper, and he can do what he's doing. We can be on our way.
I just wish to be on my way.
We could all be on our way. All you got to do is give me my partner here your social security number, a driver's license, any kind of identification. We can check you.
I'm not required by law to carry identification.
You are.
I do not have identification.
You got no weapons and firearms?
I will answer that. No, I don't have no weapons and no firearms.
How can you answer that but nothing else?
Well, just to put you at ease so you don't think I've got something in here that, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't want you to be jumpy or anything. So I'm, you know, I'm just saying.
I'm not jumpy.
No, you're not. I'm not saying you are, but I just don't want you to think that I may have weapons when
Well,
I don't.
think that either way.
Pardon?
I still think that either way.
Well, I understand. That's probably what all cops think. Everyone's a suspect at all times, but I'm not a suspect.
No, I don't think you committed any crime.
Well, then there you go. You didn't think I committed any crime, so I should be on my way.
Well, I have no
It's
idea.
unlawful for this trooper to have me pulled over right now. He's enforcing a statute. He's trying to enforce a statute. He said I didn't have a front license plate. I'm not required to have one when I'm traveling in my private capacity. That's why I don't. That's why I got what I got on my automobile. I'm not required to have the driver's license.
This is your vehicle?
This is my automobile. This is my private property, yes.
I have no idea why he pulled you over. I wasn't here for that. So, I mean, that's something you're going to have to take up with him in the courts.
Well, lawfully, he should let me be on my way and there should be no courts involved. Yes.
What's that film? Just in front of you or behind you?
Whichever way, both. Sometimes it'll do inside the cab.
What's that?
I said both, and sometimes it'll do inside the cab. Inside.
I saw one of those the other day on a vehicle. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, you gotta record for your own safety anymore, you know?
Expensive?
They can be. They can get
Is
expensive.
that one?
I mean, I don't know. What do you consider expensive?
Well, I mean, $100, $50 is probably expensive to me.
Yeah, it was around there.
Are
They can be more, though.
they? Yeah. You from the state?
I'm not going to answer no questions, officer.
You guys have
bud. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Might I get your name and badge number, officer?
Where are you from?
Might I get your name and badge number, officer?
I'm Bill Barnes. I'm the K9. I'm the K9 that's going to handle everything today. Okay?
I hear ya.
Where are you from?
I'm from, I don't want to answer no questions right now.
Alright.
I mean, if you're
You were in
thinking...
the Marine Corps?
Yes, I was.
Can you understand why you're just causing a problem? I mean, you were in the Marines. You know what it's like. We got a job to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, but the thing is I'm just traveling in my awful capacity as a man.
We have no idea why he pulled you over. We're just here.
Well, he pulled over because he said in front license, which I'm not required to have when I'm not engaged in commerce. I'm just traveling. So, I mean...
You make it a lot easier if you just cooperate right now.
I'm standing for my rights is what I'm doing. I'm
Violating your rights, sir.
well, if this goes any south, you guys will be violating my rights. I mean, there's a bunch of y'all surrounding my vehicle.
So, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna ask you to get out the car.
I'm not. I refuse to abandon my property. I refuse to abandon my property. I'm refusing to abandon my property.
Okay, I'm ordering you out the car, or it's gonna be placed under arrest.
What lawful reason are you articulating I got a crime to arrest me for, officer? You've got no reason to arrest me. I've not done nothing unlawful. I'm traveling in my private capacity.
This is what's going to happen. As much as I'm a man and I'm standing here alive today, this is what's going to happen. We're going to break that window. At which time that window's broke, I'm going to send this 100-pound Belgian Malinois in there. He's going to apprehend you. At which time I'm going to drag him and you out onto the ground. If you continue to resist, there'll be paid compliance put on you to the point where you will no longer resist.
You're saying you're going to sick a dog on a lawful man who's being peaceful.
100%. This is your final. He's ready. I'm telling you as we speak.
I've done nothing unlawful,
You are
officer.
going to be bit by this canine if you do not act accordingly.
I'm acting
Are
lawfully.
you willing to open this door and come out?
I do not consent. I'm not willing to do anything except be on my way.
Okay. Open the door or we're breaking it and come out for you.
I'm going to exercise my Fourth Amendment right to not be intruded upon unlawful seizures. Look at this, guys. This shit's real. This shit's fucked up, guys. Look, they're surrounding me. They're wanting to do this. They're really wanting to do this. I'm just a lawful man traveling in my private capacity, traveling in my private capacity, trying to get from point A to point B, which is my constitutional right. This is crazy, guys. This is fucking crazy, man. They're threatening me with violence because I'm trying to enforce one of my constitutional rights. Look. They're gonna do this, man. Look, he's gonna do this. I'm gonna. Hey, I'm.
Final chance, sir.
I do not consent to any unlawful searches and seizures.
Stop him.
Ah!
Stop it.
Ah! Get out of the car! Ow! 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 Ow!
Stop it. Ow! Stop fighting.
Ow! I'm back!
Roll over on your stomach. Roll over.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon. Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.